After giving a high rating to the Head Extreme Pro, I had to review the Head Extreme MP. Let's go. Hi buddy, it's Alex Tennis, and today I'm gonna review for you the Head Extreme Exotic 2.0. So what's new with this new version? Obviously there is a new cosmetic. There is the Exotic 2.0 technology. Basically what it's supposed to do is it's enhance the feel, enhance the stability of the racket. So basically this racket should be more playable, more stable, easier to swing. So let's see, I'm gonna start with the specs and then we're gonna go onto the court, and finally I'm gonna give my rating to this racket. So the specs are pretty basic. This is a 100 square inch head size racket with a 16 by 19 string pattern, and it's a non-strung weight of 300 grams. So pretty basic specs for a spin-oriented racket. This racket is strung with hand links Tour at 50 pounds. So let's go on the court. If you're looking to buy some tennis products online, then I have a great news for you. You can use the code ALEXTENNIS to have 10% off your next purchase on Tennis Zone. Thanks to them for making this video possible, and let's go back. On the court with the Head Extreme MP Exotic 2.0, the first thing that I felt was how you were supposed to create an angle with your racket in order to make it in. So if you're hitting really a direct ball straight into the first window, then it's gonna be tough for you to put it in, especially from the back of the court. So you need to brush the ball up in order to have it in. So it's really made for the player who loves to really grind from the baseline and loves to put a lot of topspin on the ball. If you're not putting a lot of topspin to the ball, then there's no point of playing with the Head Extreme, because yes, it's powerful, but at the same time you're not having anything if you're not putting spin with this racket. So yes, it's easy to have some depth with this racket, it's easy to have some racket head speed, but you got to have those ones to put the ball in. I felt like it was not the best racket in terms of slice, volley. In terms of serve, it was really good because you can generate a lot of easy power, but at the same time you have enough spin when you slice or when you're doing a kick. So definitely you have to go with top spin, but yeah, you can still hit flat when you're entering into the court, but that's definitely not the biggest upside of this racket. I would say that the biggest upside is the mix between the power and the spin that this racket is generating overall when you're behind the baseline. So let's start with my ratings, and I'll start with control. This racket is not really control oriented. As you can see, the beam is pretty big. It's not the best racket in terms of feel. You're not really feeling the ball entering the string bed and going out, but it's pretty powerful. But the control factor of this racket is the spin that it generates. So yes, you have a really powerful racket, but at the same time the spins helps you to make the ball in. So I'll have to go with a rating of 5 out of 10 for the control, because it really depends on your technique. For my technique it was okay because I have a pretty loopy ball on my forehand, so it was really helping me because I was creating a lot of topspin, so the ball was always landing in. But if you have a more linear ball trajectory, so it might be an issue because it might be a bit too much powerful. In terms of feel, this racket is, like I said, not the best feel racket that there is. You sometimes feel a bit lost into the string bed. So in terms of feel, even though it's a spinny racket, so normally you have some feel, but I feel like the 100 square inch with the bigger beam makes it a bit tough to feel the ball. So I'll have to go with 6 out of 10 in terms of feeling. In terms of power, that's a really powerful racket, so I have to go with 8.5 out of 10, because for me that's really where this racket really begins. Like, yes, you can have some topspin, but if you don't have any power, it doesn't really matter. The purpose of this racket is to have a powerful racket, easy power to generate, but you have the spin to control that amount of power. In terms of spin, I feel like this racket is actually really good. You're feeling like the cross are really moving when you're hitting. So I really enjoyed the spin factor of this racket. So I'll have to go with 9 out of 10 for this. So you have the overall rating over here. Finally, I would say that I really enjoyed this racket, and I think it's made for players who want to grind from the baseline and want to have a heavy topspin ball that is pretty high. I wouldn't recommend this racket to players that love to come to the net because, like I said, you're lacking a bit of feeling when you're going to the net. In terms of serve, it's pretty good. So yeah, if you want to take advantage of your shots just by being at the baseline, that could be one of the best option. And I personally really enjoyed to play with this racket because I felt like it was suiting my game really good and I was generating a lot of power. Thanks to Tennis Zone for letting me borrow this racket. Without them, it would not have been possible. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye.